Happy Friday, friends. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boop. I always forget to turn this back on because when I do my pre-recorded videos, I turn it off. Quincy's over there looking out the window. It is super hot and super muggy here. We're not happy about that. It's been raining for the last couple of days, and so it's just like muggy, you know? Other than that, we're doing okay. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much for joining and hanging out with us for a little bit. Hello, Louise. How are you, my friend? Bernie Girl says, hello, sorry I came late to the other session. You came at the right time, not to worry. I thank you for joining. Bernie Girl says, can I get a reading from my sister who died on this day 7 years ago, and her husband joined her a month ago? Thank you. I'm very sorry for your losses, Bernie Girl. Blessings to you, my friend. Much love. You know, grief is such a difficult thing to navigate, you know, and I think that as human beings, you know, nobody talks about it. Nobody prepares you for it. Nobody tells you that these things can happen, and the sort of avalanche of emotions that you could experience. No one really prepares you for it. And so no matter at what stage of your life you're at when you experience your first kind of like real loss, it's such a difficult thing to navigate. And then, of course, everyone handles it differently, right? It's definitely something that I think that more people should talk about. At the same time, I understand why more people don't talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's very personal. And I think there's a lot of fear of judgment that goes with that. But we can definitely talk about that if you have something that you want to share. Let's say hello to Isadora, and Lisa Foster's in the house. Hi, Lisa. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Janice is in the house. Hi, Janice. Good to have you here, my friend. Gina's Place is here. Oh, doesn't it though? You know what? Like, I need to cut my hair. It's like my hair is too long. But yes, my eye looks a lot better. Thank you, Isadora. Listen, we're at a particular age now where if the eye's open and we can see, it's going to be a good day, right? It's going to be a good day. So, it's Friday night. I was just on with Allie at Heart and Soul Connected. We haven't read together in a really long time, so that was nice. I love reading with Allie. I always find that Allie and I are quite in sync when we read together. We're sort of picking up on each other's vibes, which is always, I think, fun if you're on the receiving end of the reading, because it's like double, acknowledgement or double confirmation. So that's always interesting. I'm watching Quincy stare outside. So right outside the back of our house here, we have like a gazebo, that's like covered with the fabric netting. And then there's like a sort of like a tent thing that goes around the outside, but it has a roof, right? And then beyond that is another gazebo that's open on the sides, but just has like a hard top roof. And in between that, so we have seating here outside the patio door. And then there's seating outside the other one, which is closest to the garden. And you can see the little kiddie pool that's there. See that right there? That's a little kiddie pool for Rosie when she goes out, because it's so hot, you guys. It's like 100 degrees here. It's just gross. We like our snow here in Canada. We don't like heat. Hi, Linda. So, let me know what you guys want to do. I don't really have anything planned. I just said that I was going live. But there's so many things that I have going on in my head. Do you guys ever have that? You ever have that moment where like you have so many things going on in your head, so many ideas, so many plans, and it's like you don't know where to start? That's how I feel. I have so many things that I want to do and so many things that I'm thinking about, all positive, all good. Like I'm enthusiastic about it. None of them are negative, and it's like it's almost too much. I need to like hone in or harness one, and I don't know which one I want to harness first. It's like I want to do them all at the same time, which is never going to work out. Like that's not a good plan. But that's I feel hyper and but in a good way, because I have all of these ideas, running through my head of things that I want to do, and I kind of don't really know where to start or which one to choose first, I suppose is the best way to say it. So, have I seen the news today? It's funny that you say that, Gina. So I was just saying to my husband, who came in to bring me a drink and asked me if I was okay. And I was telling him that I've got 2 notifications that I have to check out that I haven't had a chance to check out. And I'm chomping at the bit to check out. But I'm not sure what specific news you're referring to. So no, I don't know what news. Is there something that's happened today that I need to know about? Share it with me. By the way, Gina, I love that little picture of the the person sort of peeking around the corner. I love that. Hi, Ellen. Well, I had already scheduled this previously, and so I wanted to honor it. And then when Allie asked me, I was like, okay, I just changed the time for this show because this was supposed to be at 8, so I moved it to 9. Hi, Candy B. Hi, Rachel. Well, thank you so much. I love it. Yeah, so this is Quincy. For those of you that don't know, this is Quincy right here. Hi, Quince. And that's Charlotte. That's over there by the door. And hi, buddy. I'm not sure where Austin is. Austin is somewhere. That's my other cat. And then we have a dog, and her name is Rosie. And she's with Daddy. Giuliani's bankruptcy case was dismissed. His creditors can seek collection. Listen, you know what? Couldn't happen to a nicer fella, right? Couldn't happen to a nicer fella. Hi, Mary. Hi, Linda. Linda says, did you write your ideas on paper? Then you can look at them objectively and make choosing easier. No, I did not. I'm not going to lie. My days and nights have been completely mixed up lately. I'm not sure how that happened. So when my days and nights get mixed up, I get thrown off my routine. And with my anxiety, that's really difficult for me. And so I'm sort of running around, to use an expression my grandmother used to use, like a fart in a mitt. Like I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. And when I get to the place that I think that I'm supposed to be at to do the thing that I think that I'm supposed to be doing, I have no idea what I'm doing. Do you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, blah. So anyway. Oh, Isadora, that's one of, okay, don't tell me, Isadora. That's one of the notifications that I need to check out. Boba Fett, it's time to duel. You summon the Dark Magician. You don't have anything else other than it's, oh, you want to obliterate me? That's kind. That's very kind of you. Well, guess what? I can obliterate you too. But here's what I'm going to say to you, Baba Fat. If you don't have anything nice to say and you don't have anything positive to contribute, you can find another channel to be a part of. Because here, we are about love and compassion and understanding. We don't do this nonsense that you're doing here. It's not kind. It's not appreciated. No one goes to your place of business and tells you what you're doing is wrong or what you think is wrong, right? So don't come into my place of business and tell me that what I'm doing is wrong, or tell the people in my chat that what they're listening to is not to be believed. That's just your opinion. And you know what they say about opinions. Bear with me for 1 second, Gina. Everybody hold the phone. Oh, thanks, Isadora. Kind of you, my friend. I did see the notification that he had a press conference today. I did not watch the press conference though, but I heard that it was great. There was something I just wanted to say. So Rachel said, "Hi, Kelly. I just found you on the other channel. I'm excited to be here now. My youngest kitty is named Lily Rose. She is the funniest cat I've ever had. She snuggles with her brother, Zachy." I love that. And thank you for being here, Rachel. Appreciate your support. Mary Hernandez Walker is in the house. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Gina. That's very kind. I appreciate your support. Thank you, my friend. Very kind of you. Very generous. I appreciate that very much. That's what I was going to do. I was going to go in and block that person. Bear with me, friends. Bear with me. Bear with me. Oh, Lisa got him. Thank you, Lisa. See that? Look at that. Everybody just pounced. Boom, 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 boom. Gina said, "You're welcome. I hope you have a good..." Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate the support. Many blessings to you. Kelly, I don't listen to those kinds of people. They're running scared and don't want us to be informed. I mean, hey, listen, you know what? Like, honestly, that's just how I feel, right? You know, like, I don't go into other people's chats or other people's places of business and tell them what to do. So, you know, if you haven't got anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't have time for it. But you're right. I really don't get, I have to be honest, why that is a thing, especially when it comes to like this kind of stuff. Like, why is it like, who cares? But you know, whatever. Anyways, let's move on, shall we? So Gina's Place, I will be definitely catching up on all of my news over the weekend. And yeah, I mean, it's a thing, right? We seem to go through fits and spurts, really, where you know, like every time you do a stream, actually, I'm going to do something. So bear with me here for just 1 second, because I'm doing this on my computer, so I'm switching to another screen, so I can't actually see you guys right now. So behave in there. I'm kidding. Just bear with me here for 1 sec. So the way to handle that, I think, so that everyone just feels, like, because it ruins the whole vibe of the room, and that's why I don't appreciate it. Despite what anyone may or may not think, I don't care what content you're watching. If you're watching like cars or, renovations or crafting or whatever it is, these, creating content and running a channel is work, and it's a lot of effort, over a long period of time. And I don't appreciate people coming in here and shitting all over what I try to do, right? Like, I've worked really, really hard to get my channel where it is. And I care about the people that are in my chat and the space and the environment that we have created together. And I don't appreciate when people come in and do stuff like that. And so what I do is, it's a great little trick my friend Ron Unconditional Love shared with me. And that was to just go in and switch it to subscriber only mode, which means that you have to be a subscriber of the channel to participate in the chat. They can watch it, but they can't participate in the chat. And then I just change, like, I have the ability to change how many minutes you have to be a subscriber for before you can participate in the chat. And that just, so I do that. Andrea, my friend, how are you? Much love, my friend. I haven't seen you in forever. I mean, it happens all the time, Isadora. Happens all the time, but we've already given them way too much energy. And so let us go to any questions that you may have. So pop them in the chat. We're here for it. I'm here for it. We're going to do Bernie Girl's question first. And again, Gina, thank you so very much. Really, really, really appreciate your kindness and your support. All right. So, and by the way, do you guys see what? Oh, really? Honestly. All right. You want to play like that, do you? Okay. All right. Not a problem. Not a problem. Bump, 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 bump. Have your fun. Have your fun. Do what you need to do. That won't be a problem anymore. Okay. Bless you on your way, yeah. Okay, here we go. Bernie Girl. Hi, Anita. I've got you, Candy Bee. All right, so Bernie Girl. got you, Anita. Yeah, I got you, Lisa. So interesting. Burning Girl. I'm not sure if you're feeling their presence around you, or if you're just having like the feeling that you wish you could feel them around you or something like that. But like, I feel like they're very close to you. And I'm not saying that because I want that to be true. I'm saying that based on the cards that I have. So here's what I've got for you. Okay. We start out with the Three of Pentacles. Okay. This is about collaboration. This is about cooperation. This is about working together in a true team-like setting, right? This is about boosting each other up. So this person is strong in this category, lifting this person up, who uses their strength to lift this person up, and so on and so forth. There's also like a point to in that direction, like of doing what you love, right? Okay, yeah, then that makes sense. So we've got the Emperor here. Okay, the Emperor is about taking control. It's about being organized and being logical, right? Being structured. And if there's any kind of imbalance that's happening or that's being felt, structure and routine that sort of go hand in hand really help to keep you on a even track that helps you to do what you need to do and feel good about what you're doing, right? The next card you have is the Queen of Cups. Okay, this is all being in your feels. So this is the loving, the compassionate, the sort of spiritual connection, the kindness, all of that kind of feeling. It is sometimes caring for others, but forgetting to care for yourself. Okay. It's a deep love for your friends and family, and it's really a confirmation, again, to follow your heart. So far you have do what you love, be structured and disciplined, be organized, like take control of this situation. And now you have do what you love. Come, listen to your heart. In the challenge position, you have the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is about making choices, overanalyzing the choices, procrastinating about making a choice. And I just want to say that if you have something that you want to do, something that you need to do, something that you feel you have to take care of, and you're not doing it for whatever reason, putting off something till tomorrow or next week or next month is only perpetuating the fear and the anxiety of the unknown, right? It is not making it better. This isn't like bury your head in the sand and the problem goes away. You bury your head in the sand, and now you got a whole host of other problems because now your eyes are filled with sand. The problem is still there. It's kind of like, if you went out and drank, right? And thought, oh, well, I'll just, drink all my problems away. But when you wake up in the morning, now you have a hangover and the problem still is there, right? It's kind of that kind of up. So this is about making a choice. So that's your challenge. So if a choice is in front of you, make it, don't put it off, right? Now, we have the Four of Cups here. I love the Four of Cups because the Four of Cups, if you can see, you know, you have the angel behind the tree with the cup, okay? Saying, hey, I'm over here. But we're not open. We're only seeing to here. If we take the blinders off, we open up our vision, right? But we're not seeing that cup that's being offered from behind because we're not open. We're very closed off. So we need to be logical, take control of the situation, right? What do we want to do and how are we going to do it? That is the Ace of Swords. This is standing in your truth. This is communicating to yourself and to others what your plan of action is. Now, just as a follow-up to that, I pulled an oracle card and we've got discovering the truth. You stand in the light of truth. So there is a message for you to stand in the light of truth. I'm not sure if you're putting off a decision or if someone is making you feel like you need to do something and you don't want to do it. I feel like someone might be forcing your hand, or you feel like your hand is being forced, like putting you in an awkward sort of vibe, an awkward situation. You stand in your truth. You don't bend, you don't yield, you do what you want to do because that's what's right for you. You be kind and compassionate when you explain it to that person, right? But don't put off telling that person how you feel. Because once you do that, you're releasing that hold that negative energy has on you. Okay? That's the message that I have for you. Do what you love. Honor yourself. Don't get caught up in other people's stuff or thoughts or feelings. This is about you. That's what I got for you. You understand? Okay, good. I love that. Thank you so much for your question, Bernie Girl. I appreciate you being here. Andrea says, Andrea, you're so funny. Andrea says, bury your head in the sand and your butt will be hanging out and you get bit in the butt and you don't know what or who dropped. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't do it, my friends. Rachel Rose says, I'm making delicious grain-free fruit balls that are very popular with my family and friends. Ingredients, dates, apples, mangoes, shredded coconut, spicy and ground nuts, baked 25 minutes, 350. I love that. I got you, Anita. Yes, humor is very high vibration. It absolutely is. All right, Miss Lisa. These are in no particular order, by the way. I'm just going down the list. Should I pet sit for Susan's cat when she leaves? She was very mean to me. Not sure what to do. Well, I think that you already know the answer to the question. I want to say, and the answer is that you have a difficult time saying no to the pets, for the pets, right? You want to be there for the pets, for the cats. I mean, the Queen of Cups, right? Because you come from a place of love and compassion and kindness for the animals, right? You are the animal whisperer, right? And you've got the Hermit card, right? You use your inner wisdom to navigate and to guide you, my friend. Just a couple more cards here for you. The challenge is that she is not to be trusted. She is not to be trusted. And it's bothering you because you know that you're not supposed to trust her. This sometimes means that like you're kind of upset with yourself about a choice that you made or a decision that you made. So I don't know. I'm just like scenarioing it out. Didn't say that right, but you guys get what I mean. So let's say you're like walking in the mall and you run into her and she kind of corners you, right? And before you know it, you've agreed, and then you walk away and beat yourself up for the whole rest of the day because you agreed. You know, like why did I go and say hi in the first place? It's that kind of feeling that I have. We've got the Temperance card as your outcome, right? Balance and moderation. Balance and moderation. But here's the thing, my friend. You put your boundaries in place. Tell her exactly what you need, what you expect. You lay it all out on the line before the thing happens, right? In terms of the cat sitting. You do not bend your rules. Stick to your guns. And when it is over, you're done. And then you have the Six of Wands. So this is feeling like a victory, right? You are successful. In other words, you have cut the cord. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? And again, come from a place of love and kindness, my friend. And I'm not saying that you don't or that you wouldn't. I'm just saying, like, that's what I've got, right? Come from a place of love and kindness. Okay. Listen, we all have those friends in our life that, you know, some of them go off the rails. And when you're an empathic person, when you are a compassionate person, when you are a kind person, you don't have to necessarily be a spiritual person. But when you're just a kind and compassionate person, we want to help others. Like we want to be there for each other. We want to support each other. And some people just make it really flippin' difficult to do that. And when someone does that, when someone shows you who they are, believe them, right? And what I mean by that is this. I'm not saying to not give people the benefit of the doubt or not be, you know, like go with the flow, kind of be open, like give me something to be mad at and then I'll be mad at. Like I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying being judgmental. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you do you, right? And when someone else shows you that they don't accept you in the way that you're presenting it, then you have to step back and reevaluate the situation, right? Because no one should make you feel or put you in a position where you feel like unappreciated or unwanted or unloved or unliked or any of those things. And if they do, and they're not like, you know, your mother, brother, sister, spouse, child, then you know, potentially boss in that list, then you have the ability to step back, put some boundaries around yourself and say, like, not today, sorry, not today. But don't change who you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Andrea says, I confronted the owner, blessed the pet, and it was the last time I cared for her animals. Right? I mean, but here's the thing. It's always easier when you're not sitting in the driver's seat. Like, it's easy for me to say, right? It's easy for everyone to say unless they're in that position. And it's a difficult position to be in because we want to help. You know, nobody wants negative energy except for maybe the person that was in the chat earlier, right? Like nobody's into that stuff. Most people don't care for it. Most people don't have time for it. It's nonsense. It's not necessary. There is so much going on in the world right now. Like pick a problem and we'll feel bad about it, right? It's just like not necessary stuff. And if she's just going to be difficult, be difficult. Be difficult for someone else. You can't take that responsibility on your shoulders is kind of what I'm saying, right? If all of that makes sense. So I say, if you're compelled or feel like you want to look after the cats, then look after the cats. But by you looking after the cats, before you walk into that, you make sure that there's not going to be any misunderstandings when it's over, right? That she's not going to change her mind like she did with the car thing, right? So you have all of your stuff in place, you know, make her sign something. And if she says no, she's not doing it, then you walk away like, okay, right? No hard feelings. All right, Miss Cardi B. Yeah, set your boundaries. And listen, boundaries are, you know, easier said than done. But remember, friends, when it comes to boundaries, and this is so hard to remember, especially in the moment, boundaries aren't about the other person. Okay? Boundaries are about you. Your boundaries are there to protect you and your energy. Got nothing to do with anybody else. Nothing to do with anybody else. So let's say I say, I'm going to use Andrea because it's the first name I see on my screen, right? Like I'm putting up some boundaries because of, you know, I don't like Andrea's vibe. Not true. I love Andrea. And Andrea says to me, well, like, why are you so weird? Why are you being weird, Kelly? Like, why are you not talking to me? Getting a weird vibe from you. Now, if I say to Andrea, well, I had to put up some boundaries because I was feeling vulnerable. What have I done in that statement? I've told Andrea why I feel what I've done, and I've explained my feelings. I am opening the door for communication. If Andrea and I legitimately have a bond or we care for each other, if there is a foundation of friendship there, Andrea and I should be able to communicate and say how we feel to each other without worry that we're going to hurt each other's feelings, right? And so Andrea's going to say what she wants to say, and I'm going to be able to receive that information and communicate to her how I feel, and she's going to receive that, and hopefully we can reach a resolve that works for the both of us. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about like, oh, you're a horrible person. Oh, it's not about that at all. It's about just reeling it back in and think of it as giving yourself a hug, right? You're just hugging yourself like this and protecting yourself. That's it. That's all. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, moving on. Andrea says, think about putting on a magic cloak that will protect you. That's a boundary, a magic cloak. Rachel says, I would like to know if I will change my career. I got you, Rachel. Thank you for the question. And love we have, Gally. Love you. Okay. Candy says, I've been stagnant for so long in career and finances. Just want to know if there's going to be any surprising changes. My friend Andrea, I mean, honestly, when I think about how long that we've known each other and how long, you know, we've kibitzed back and forth, the conversations that we've had, the laughs that we've had, the tears that we've shared. Like, I love you to bits. You know that. At least I hope you know that. One of the things that is so uniquely Andrea and unfortunately rare in today's world is, you know, that Andrea is no nonsense. You know that she cares deeply about you. If she cares about you, then you know that she cares deeply about you. You know that she would give you the shirt off her back. She has a warmth and a light that sort of radiates from her when you're in her vicinity. And she will tell you how it is. And I love that about her. She is one of those rare people that actually is a no judgment zone. You know, lots of people say don't judge. She is actually one of those people that can actually do that. Sometimes I am judgy as AF, just being honest. You know, because I'm a work in progress. Anyway, that's enough of singing Andrea's praises. We don't want her head to be so big that she won't be able to fit back in and out of the chat here, friends. Right? I'm kidding, of course, Andrea. All right. Been stagnant so long in career and finances. Just want to know if there's going to be any surprising changes. Andrea. What is going on for Candy B? So with, like, I don't know, can you guys see that? Like, that's how the cards came on my hand. All right. I think you have some healing to do, is what I think, Candy. And I'm not saying that because, you know, that's like my thing to say or because I want to go on about it. But anyone who's in my chat will tell you that I seem to have the ability to pick up on when somebody's going through a rough time. And I don't think that this is necessarily a recent thing. I think that this is something that is being drugged sort of forward, not necessarily wantingly, but like sort of kicking and screaming, if you know what I mean. So something happened, you know, like 6 months ago or like 6 years ago, and we just hold on to that. We can't completely let that go. And I'm not saying that that's a fault or a blame thing. I'm just saying, like, that's the vibe I'm picking up. Okay. The first card we've got out here is the Five of Pentacles. So this is the energy coming in from the past. This isn't feeling a lack of support. Like, things are just not working out for me the way I think that they should be, or the way that I hoped that they would be. Okay. The wonderful thing about the Five of Pentacles is there is that moment with the Five of Pentacles, because the 5 is in between the 1 and the 10. The 1 is at the beginning and the 10 is at the end of the cycle, right? The 5 is right in the middle. It's like the swear word. Get ready for it. Change. There's a shift that's happening, and we don't like the shift. The shift rocks our foundation and throws us off balance. This Five of Pentacles not only is telling you that you are feeling this feeling of not being supported, but it's also saying, hey, but you have the ability to change this. You see those people over there? You see that door over there? All you need to do is walk through the door or holler out to those people. Okay? And then something shifts and you start to mentally and emotionally sort of make sense of this situation here. And you've got the Two of Pentacles, or sorry, the Two of Wands, where you start to look forward to the future. You're actually making plans. It feels like a, well, if I won the lottery, what would I do kind of vibe. And I don't mean that to be rude or disrespectful. I mean that it's like wishful thinking, hopeful thinking kind of vibe. It's not like this is happening to me and I'm going to make a plan for it. Do you know what I mean? What do I really, really want kind of vibe. Now in the challenge position, you've got the Five of Cups. Okay. So you had the 5 at the beginning, the energy being brought in from the past, and you got a 5 as your challenge. Okay. excuse me, the Five of Cups. I call it the crying over spilt milk card. So in the traditional tarot, when you look at the tarot cards, you've got 5 cups. 3 of them are on the ground. They've been knocked over and all their contents have spilled out. And the other 2 are standing upright with the contents still in them. Okay? So you have a choice to make. Right? There's an opportunity that has arisen, just like with the 5 of Pentacles. So are you going to concentrate on those 3 cups that have fallen out and the contents have spilled over? Or are you going to go, oh, you know what? I still got 2 cups. What can I do with it? How can I make this work? That's your challenge. Your challenge is getting this and this to like align. Okay? Your outcome card is the Justice card. I mean, standing in your truth, speaking your truth, and bringing harmony to your situation, to your life, right? You want to bring those scales back to a balanced sort of level, okay? On the bottom of the deck, you have got the 2 of Cups. You are trying so hard and with such love and such kindness to bring that harmony, to bring that unity, to feel that joy. Don't stop believing and don't stop working. Because right below it, you have got the Queen of Swords. I don't know if you're an air sign or not, but if you are a logical or analytical thinker, then this is a clue from Spirit as to how you can figure out how you get to where you need to be. And what I'm trying to say to you to answer your question is, I have been stagnant for so long in career and finances. I just want to know if there's going to be any surprising changes. And I'm not saying that you're doing this, but this is the vibe that I'm getting. And so I have to say that. If we have this thing in mind that we're trying to achieve, like I want to get 110% on my test, but I can only get 100%. I'm never going to I'm never going to get there. Like I'm always going to fail. I want you to really think about and be logical with yourself, be kind to yourself about what this stagnant thing means to you, right? So you have been stagnant for a long time in your career and your finances. So what does that mean for you? How does that make you feel? Because I honestly think that it's like you've heard this, you've said this, you've told yourself this for so long that you've like internalized this, and now you cannot get past it. Even if the lottery, like if Publishers Clearinghouse showed up in your mailbox or on your front door, you wouldn't recognize it as a win. And I'm not saying that literally. I'm saying that like, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. You really need to coordinate your logical mind with your heart and put a plan into action that is kind to yourself. In order for the shift to feel, in order for you to feel like the shift is actually happening. Because I don't think that it's not there. I don't think that the possibility is not there. I think that it's right on the doorstep. But you have to be open to it. If you think that you're abundant, you're abundant. Right? If you think in lack, then you lack. Do you get what I'm saying? I got 4 cards that came out of the deck when I pulled for an oracle card for you. Okay? We've got courage, We've got beauty. Now see that in the mirror? This is the head and heart communicating with each other. This is getting to know yourself. The true stuff that's on the inside, right? And I honestly believe that there's a little bit of thing going on there, like you are just not good enough. Like nothing you do is good enough. You're always like chasing number one. Boundaries. You know, you can put boundaries up against your own self and meaning your negative self. I have to do that all the time. I have anxiety panic disorder. And I tell myself multiple times a day that I am not good enough. That I suck for all of these reasons. I know that that is not the truth. I certainly don't want to have that kind of energy around me. And so I am constantly in communication with that voice in the back of my head saying, hey now, hold on. I am not, hear me now. I am not buying what you are selling today. Because I am good enough. And only then do we have prosperity. This isn't this. This is this. Right? And I'm not trying to be like a smarty pants when I say that to you. I mean that with everything in me. If your heart feels open and feels love and feels gratitude, feels hope, feels joy, every step, every accomplishment, every emotion, every meeting, everything that you do is going to feel like more love, more joy, more faith, more hope, more of a blessing, and so on and so forth. Like that's how it works. And sometimes it's hard. Like this world is crazy and we got so many things coming at us, right? It's chaotic, it's messy, it's noisy. Just take a moment, step back, have a conversation with yourself. What is it that Candy wants? What is it that Candy needs? And how is Candy going to do it? Without any negative, self-sabotaging kind of like words interjected in there, right? And anytime you need to pick me up, you come here. Where this chat is lovely. And we will toss cards and we will talk. We will help if we can. We will embrace you and show you that you are loved. You are more than welcome, Candy. So, yes, I believe that it is coming, and I think that you will notice it and recognize it a lot sort of sooner if you sort of take a step back and be a little kinder to yourself. Well, a lot kinder to yourself, actually. Hi, Matt. Thank you for being here. All right. Lots of people said lots of different things in chat. Hi, Bims. How you doing? Good to see you, my friend. All right. So that was Candy. Now we will go to Anita. Anita says, when will I get married and how will my future... Oh, thank you, Christy. Well, I'm glad that you're here and I'm glad that you found me with Linda G. That's very kind. We got to share the love, friends. Got to share the love. Okay. When will I get married and how will my future supposed to be? Listen, you know, I am an open book, friends. And when I say these things, some of them, and I'll just sort of share this with you, right? So for those of you that don't know me, real quickly, I came to YouTube as a watcher, as a chatter, to watch Taroscopes, which is the horoscopes going through the zodiac with tarot cards, because I love them. And through that, I found different rooms where I realized that just like this, I could come into the chat and participate in the chat and ask questions and get readings. Shortly after my mother passed, well, the day after my mother passed in 2012, I found out my father was terminal. And within a year and a half of each other, I lost both my father and my mother. And in between that time, I developed or was diagnosed with anxiety, panic disorder, and depression. And to say that it has hijacked my life would be an understatement. Fell down that rabbit hole. I don't leave my house. I'm afraid of my own shadow. I was a very broken individual, and I came to this community and I started to go into chats and started to ask questions, and I started receiving information. And the most important thing, which I try to highlight as often as I can, is the love that I felt in all of the chats, right? People saying hello, how are you? How, what are you doing? How are you doing today? Just talking to me. I felt heard. I felt accepted. There was no judgment. I felt love. And it was beautiful and so cathartic. And the more I got, the more I wanted, and so on and so forth. And so if you're in the chat, don't ever stop saying hello to someone, because you literally don't know. It could change someone's life. From me to you, that's the truth. And so then I started asking pointed questions about the things that I was going through. And I had some significant experiences that changed my life. And now I have a channel. I did not know that I was a spiritual person. I didn't know that I had any kind of, connection to spirit. I didn't know how to read tarot cards, didn't have any tarot cards, didn't own any tarot cards. And here I sit. I am here for two reasons. Well, I'm here for several reasons, but my main two reasons is because I don't want anyone else to ever go through what I went through and feel like they are alone. There is such a blame and shame and stigma when it comes to having a mental health disorder. Like, how dare you say that out loud? Shh. And if you do say it out loud, everyone pounces on you and thinks you're like crazy, which I hate that word, but that's what people think. They want you to talk about it, but the minute that you say it, then, everyone's looking at you like you got six eyeballs or something. And it makes it so difficult to heal and to work through and to understand. It's hard just to have a communication with other individuals that could be informative or educational or helpful or just supportive. And I don't like that. Like, it really makes me angry. I know how alone I felt. I was judged by everyone and everybody, lost my friends, lost my job, almost lost my house, almost lost my husband, all of it. But in this journey, I realized that there was hope. I was retaught gratitude. Thought I knew what it was. Clearly, I didn't have an idea. And now I think I have a better understanding. I am still very much a work in progress. But together, we are here for each other. And that is the goal for this channel. This channel is just to lift each other up and to provide you support if I can, help in any way. I'm not trying to fix everyone's problems, and I'm not saying that I can or that I even want to. I just don't want people to be alone while they're investigating that journey, right? While they're in the throes of trying to figure out how to heal themselves, how to improve themselves, how to, go from one situation to another. I just want to be here to help in any way that I can. That's all. So remember to be kind to yourselves. No matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, just be kind to yourselves. You know what I mean? Because we're all are works in progress. And any step that you take, I don't care if it's left, I don't care if it's right, I don't care if it's forward or if it's backward. It is a step. And if we take a step, It is growth. We may not understand what it means or why we went that way or what the direction is all about. We may not understand any of that. Things happen for a reason that sometimes we're not aware of, and we need to rise to the level where we accept the step for the fact that we took a step and not do all this negative self-sabotaging, beating ourselves up because we don't have all the answers. We're human beings. We're not machines. Right? All right. I will get off my soapbox, friends. Okay. Christy says, I have a similar question as Candy. Help in caring for my mom, dementia, death, COPD, on H2O, 24/7, concentrated full body neuropathy, non-ambulatory craziness for last year. And she has, and this has derailed my entire life. What's next? How can I start earning income again to support my family? Any hope? There's always hope, Christy. I will definitely take your question. There's always hope. Thank you for being here and for asking the questions. All right, let's get to Anita's. I love this. Anita, my friend, beautiful cards. We start out with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is, the natural born healer, right? The hardworking parent kind of energy. She's got her hands in all the cookie jars. She's a multitasker and she's handling her business. Like everyone wants to go to her. She's like the aunt that has all the answers, right? You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of vibe. That is the energy that you have. And every time I read for you, every time you come in here, I get this feeling that you are so incredibly hard on yourself. Your standards for yourself are like a skyscraper height. And I am honestly, I could cry in this moment. I am so incredibly happy to report that I'm not feeling that vibe right now. I'm actually feeling the vibe that you're getting it. What incredible growth that you have achieved. You are getting there to the point where you trust yourself and you believe yourself. You see your sparkle, right? And you want us to see it too. And I think that is so beautiful. You have the Ace of Cups. This is just being in that beautiful, emotional sort of vibe. Like you really feel things. You know what I mean? You're an empath. This could represent like a new love, a new home, a new job, like a new thing, just like a newness. You know what I mean? You know when you get something new, you're like a kid at Christmas, right? Like you're so excited. That's the feeling that I have, which is like I'm emotional, but I'm like tickled pink. Like I want to put it somewhere so nothing's going to happen to it, right? But at the same time, I want to like run around and show everybody. Do you understand what I mean? Because there's sort of those two emotions happening. Here is your knight in shining armor. I mean, literally, right? Knight of Cups. Okay. This is your challenge card. So this is your question being answered. Okay. This is the romance. This is the knight in shining armor. This is the falling in love. The challenge with this, because we're so giddy and so excited, right? That we might get all caught up in it. So we just have to make sure that we firmly plant our feet on the ground and we kind of think about things before we like jump in with both feet, right? Not saying don't enjoy it. I'm not saying like overthink it. Not saying that at all. Just make sure that you are thinking. right? Like include the logical as well as the heart, kind of the same message as before. Last card of the reading is the Eight of Wands. Things are happening quick. Like when this goes, this happens quick. I think that this is happening for you around like next spring, right? That's what I'm vibing. Next spring is when this starts to happen. So like February, March, April kind of idea. Okay. And when it happens, it's going to be like, boom. You're still feeling slightly challenged, as I said, but your vibe is changing. Okay. Because you're standing up for yourself, you're encouraging yourself, you're appreciating yourself. It's like I literally can see you standing in front of your mirror and doing all kinds of self-love, self-appreciation exercises on yourself, right? Where you're hugging yourself and telling yourself you're beautiful and you're smart and you're funny and it's going to happen when it needs to happen, and like all of those kinds of things. And I just continue to do that. That's never going to go to waste. Those moments, that exercise, that attention that you're giving yourself is never going to go to waste. Don't ever stop doing that. But the important thing is it's working. And what you're doing is you're changing this feeling inside yourself of being less than, not worthy, to I am worthy. And you're starting to bring that towards yourself. Right? You're opening yourself up and shining your light. And when you shine your light, what happens? Other people see it and they're attracted to it. They start coming towards it. Keep working on yourself because that light will only shine brighter. That person is coming for you next spring. February, March, April. Many blessings to you, my friend. Okay, what have we got next? Okay, so that was Anita. So now we have Rachel. And I just want to go up here just for a minute because we have all kinds of comments that I didn't read. I'm going to have my filthy bad habit. Sorry. Oh, I'm hot. That one made me hot, Anita. Okay, so Diamond wants general finances. Christy. So, okay. So Candy says, I'm grateful for your words. Christy says, this chat is lovely. Found you from Linda G. I said that. It's my first time here. Thanks so much. Welcome. Anita. Rachel Rose says, there is an excellent herb for anxiety disorders. It is blue lotus flower. My acupuncture doctor gave it to me when I was depressed and anxious, and it worked really well. Thank you for the tip, Rachel. I will check that out. I have... I use this oil. It's like the canister is horribly nasty because it's years and years old. But I use this natural oil rub-on, and it really, really helps. And it's got like chamomile and citrus and a bunch of other things in it. Christy says, I have a similar question as Candy. Read that my entire life. What's next? Okay, we'll start that. Diamond says, thank you greatly, Rachel Rose. I will give it a try. Nita, yes. Okay. Linda, okay. Andrew says, beautiful and true. Truth be told, we are our biggest critics. Absolutely. The beauty of the we is others see us and hold the mirror up for each other 100%. And to that point that Andrew just made, I've said this many times, but Andrew just reminded me. I don't know why this hair is like weird. It's got like a mind of its own. Anyway, when you talk to yourself, right? When you see yourself in the mirror, I want you to look at your reflection in the mirror and think of yourself not as you, but as if you were talking to your best friend. You treat your best friend with kindness and compassion and love and understanding, right? You wouldn't go for the jugular, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're horrible, you suck, you look fat in that dress. Like, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't talk to your friend that way. So why do you talk to yourself like that? Why is it okay for you to put yourself down? We are our own worst enemy in a lot of ways, and we really need to curb that. Bim says, I found you when I was very heavy with my dump feeling and happy to see you when I see you online. Aw, thank you, Bims. Blessings to you, my friend. I'm happy to see you too. Dina says, thank you for trusting us enough to share your story, Kelly. Absolutely. I am nothing if I am not an open book, my friends. Diamond says, you are so great. So uplifting, Kelly. Many blessings to you. Thank you, Diamond. Many blessings to you, my friend. Christy A says you're incredibly sweet. Thank you very much, Christy. Many blessings. Andrea says, we say, take a look in the mirror, and we say, yes. I don't know where that came from, like, I mean, think about it when we were little. This idea that our first reaction to what we saw was not like, wow, look at me. Intriguing, isn't it? Like, where does that manifest itself? Diamond says, so sweet and so real. Well, I am made of pure sugar. I'm kidding, I'm not. But thank you, Diamond. I appreciate your kindness, my friend. Thank you so much. Christy says, I learned eons ago, like 15, 20 years ago, say this to anyone, everyone, animals as well. And most importantly, yourself daily. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. You can say, oh, yeah. I tell this story all the time. This is I think it's a funny story. I don't know if you guys will think it's funny, but I have these little cards, like they're little like affirmation cards. And I really like this one particular deck. And so I had this like little bulletin board here and I kept pinning messages up on it every time I seen a card that like spoke to me. And one of the sayings I really, really loved was, be who you want to see. Because for me, I was changing, I was growing, I was evolving. The person that I once was seeing is not the person I was seeing, but not who I would see like, in 2 or 3 months' time. And I knew that. I knew I was evolving. And so I wanted to keep that sort of image alive in my mind, that I was like this butterfly, right? Where I was constantly like flapping my wings and flitting around and moving and changing, right? And anyway, so I have this bulletin board and I started finding all these cards, and each time I found one that I liked, I pinned it up on the board. Well, I pinned like, I don't know, I had like 6 or 7 of them out there. And I was sitting here, and quite often when I was, doing my show or, doing a thing here and talking, and I'd pull a card down and I'd be like, this seems appropriate at this moment. And anyway, as I'm sitting here one night, I go to pull and I'm like, wait a minute, what? There was only like 4 of them on the board. And I was like, well, that's weird, because yesterday there was like 7 of them. And like, I just sloughed it off because, I was probably doing something. So anyways, okay. So then I like wake up one day and I'm like, there's like 1 left. It wasn't that quick. There was a few times that like, it went from like 7 to like 5 to like 3. Anyway, I wake up and there's like 1 or 2 left. And I'm like, what in the hell? Like, where are they going? Like, honestly, is like spirit messing with me? Like, it's not funny, right? Because like, I already got issues. Like, I don't need to be made to feel like I'm losing my mind in addition to all my other problems. Anyway, I notice, as all cat owners can appreciate, I don't need to go into the graphic details, but I notice that my cat Quincy has been eating my cards. He has literally eaten my positive affirmations from my positivity board, which is what I call it. So now my cat is super positive. Oh my gosh. So I can't have those little sayings around my house anymore because the cat will literally eat them. But yes, gives a whole new meaning to eat your words, right? But you're very, very true, Christy, all day, every day, and watch your life change. It's the truth, right? Andrew says we can co-create our new relationships in this accelerated ascension energy shift. It's really fun and enjoyable when we begin co-creating, 100%. Intention is everything. Christy says energy is everything. Andrew says vibrations attract vibrations. Anita says, God, thank you so much. I was waiting for your reading because your last reading resonated with me. Aw, blessings to you, Anita. Appreciate you, my friend. Rachel says that is the Hopen. I can't say that. the Hapano prayer. We're just going to say that, and I know I totally mispronounced it, and I apologize. Isadora says, Kelly, you're made of Canadian maple syrup, right? Thank you, Isadora. Blessings, my friend. Andrea says, yes, Rose, the Hawaiian prayer. See, now that's the way I got to say it. It's the Hawaiian prayer. Chrissy says, thanks for sharing your story. Very meaningful and so genuine. Kitty needs fiber in their diet, right? Don't they, though? All right, so now we will do Rachel's question, and then we have Diamond, and then we have Christy. Okay. I hope I haven't left anyone out. If I have, whoops, let me know. It was not my intention, but listen, friends, there's a lot to do, right? Tossing cards, talking, reading the chat, clicking buttons, connecting with spirit. There's some kind of, like, lots to do. All right, here we go. Rachel. When I do that, when I start staring off, that's just, I'm just like going somewhere else. Sorry. Like bringing myself back to a place where I can actually connect. Wow. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for letting me know. And I'm happy for you. That's wonderful. All right. Rachel. I don't know if I'll change my career. I would love to live in a house. I ever get that dream home in the future. Bear with me here for a sec, Rachel. I'm not trying to be like intense or anything like that. I just got a card that I don't understand why that came out. So I'm going to ask for it to be clarified for me. I think I know, but I just need a confirmation before I say something. Thank you everyone for being here. I really appreciate the support. Make sure that you hit that like button. Aw, thanks, Sandra. Many blessings to you, my friend. It was good to see you. Good to have you in the chat. Miss you a bunch. Hope you come back again soon. Lots of love to you. Show me what this is here. Okay. So Rachel, I don't know what it has gone on in your life, and I'm not looking for you to tell me, but something has gone on prior. The good news is I think that this is shifting or is about to shift or is in the middle of shifting. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right, but I hope you get what I'm saying. The shift has either just happened or it's just about to happen. Okay? And when it shifts, it's like a whole new world, right? It's nothing but love and joy and blessings and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? So we start out with the moon. That's how we come into this reading, this energy of the moon. The moon is an interesting energy because it's either giving you just what you need to see. It's highlighting for you the thing that you thought you seen is not what you thought it was at all. So in other words, it's like lighting up a shadow. It's showing you something I feel that you need to pay attention to. This is the energy coming in from your past, okay? So if you had a moment in your past where you thought something was going on or something didn't feel right or something felt off, you were right. Oh, you're a Cancer moon child, so that makes sense? Okay. So next to that, we have the devil, okay? So the devil is negativity. It's toxic. It's like addictions. It can be extreme and it can be not so extreme. So let's just say that you have a negative self-talk issue, right? Where you're always putting yourself down. That devil is holding on to you, telling you that this is the way that it's going to be. And you need to shift that. And you do. And you do. And how do you shift that? So I pulled a clarifier card from a different deck, and we've got the Hermit. Okay. So the Hermit is about introspection. It's about going within and like, what am I all about? Like, what am I trying to say to myself? What is really the problem? Right? And once you figure out and hear what you're really saying on the inside, you use the light of the lantern to light up the path to move forward. It's not casting a bright light. It's just enough to like sort of take one step at a time, right? In other words, you have all of the information and all of the answers that you need. You have an inner wisdom. Use it to be your guide, right? Now you have the Eight of Wands in your challenge position. Communication, things happening quickly, good news. So you could see where that could be a conflict, where that could cause a challenge, right? You're just sort of trying to find your footing and you're being kind of cautious and taking one step at a time. And all of a sudden something's going to go in and go like, blah, 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 and you're like, oh, hold on a minute. So make sure that you stay grounded, right? That you keep doing these positive kinds of things for yourself, lifting yourself up, releasing your negativity in a release ceremony, like staying centered, all of those kinds of things. Do those things, okay? Now the outcome card, and I don't know if this is a person or if this is an energy. I have to tell you with like the way that I received this is that this is an energy that could potentially help with this shift. So a person that you know that is a fire sign, a Leo, a Sagittarius, and Aries. I'm a Leo, by the way. Right? Doesn't have to be male. It could be a male or female. But someone with this kind of energy is going to come in and really help you stand in your own sort of like ground, right? Stand on your own solid foundation. The King of Wands is about being an effective communicator and a great sort of a business owner, right? They are quick on their feet, they're witty, they're charismatic, and they're sort of like they're kind of like wheeling and dealing and making things happen. You know what I mean? But like in a really awesome kind of way. Like they command a certain attention, is what I'm trying to say. And I have to be honest, I just feel like that energy is coming towards you, which could help you in a way that you haven't been helped before. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, if you look, we started with the Moon and now we're ending with the Nine of Pentacles. I mean, what a shift. This is like a pendulum swing, like boom. You know what I mean? This is beautiful. The Nine of Pentacles is all about that moment where we breathe a sigh of relief, right? Where all the things that we hoped that we could achieve, we now feel like we have, right? Where we can sit and we can put our feet up and just enjoy all of our blessings. It doesn't have to be material, although Pentacles do represent material possessions, money, finances. This could be a job. This could be a partner. And when I say partner, like a business partner, this could be someone that wants to go into business with you. Someone that maybe, like a person that wants to hire you, right? This could be your new boss. Or something that this person brings to the table, this energy that really lifts you up and sort of like inspires you. And I feel you sort of like grab a hold of that, because now you're seeing things in a whole different light. Now you're seeing things in a completely, it's like you went from black and white and gray to like kaleidoscope of color, like that. Behind this card, so underneath this, we've got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is like your aha moment. It is ideas and suggestions and opportunities, and you're just like watch me. You know what I mean? You went from like being very cautious to being very like sort of throwing caution at the wind, but in a really beautiful way. So I think things are happening for you. I think that you need to really deal with this breaking of the negative, like, telling yourself you can't and all of that. You need to like really get that out of the way, because it's like you're holding back yourself. Well, that's what I'm saying. This person changes everything for you. Like, this energy changes everything. I believe this is a person that is coming into your life, which then allows you to see all of the possibilities, right? I mean, look at all the color, right? You went from this to this, and those are the two cards that are next to each other. So yes is the answer to your question, but you have some work to do on yourself. And it seems very similar to sort of what I said to Anita, that you need to allow your light to shine. And so the only way for your light to have enough amplification or illumination is for you to like quit that negative self-talk. You need to love yourself up enough for other people to love you up. And what I mean by that is, if you love yourself up, your light shines. When your light shines, you attract it, or attract other people to it, other people that are of like mind. That person comes to you, and then you're both lit up. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Big color person. I always wear bright colorful clothes and surround myself with bright colors. I love that. I just okay. Well, now that you said that, hold on one sec. I know that there's other people waiting. Just one sec. I switched my cards when I came back from Allie's show because I had these out earlier. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Look at what I got. I have these beautiful color cards. And we have violet. You see what that says? Create a balanced life. Now, if you think about the chakras, where's purple? It's your crown, your third eye. Sorry, I like here, your crown. Your third eye, your crown, right? You're lifting yourself up. by embracing that positivity and releasing that negativity, breaking the chains, right, of the things that hold you down and hold you back and sort of hold you hostage, if you will, to like repetitive cycles, you are therefore more positive by default, right? Totally cool. Love it. Love it. All right, let us move on now to Diamond. Diamond says, can you do a general on finances? Thanks. Appreciate you greatly. Hi, Psychic Dummy. It's good to see you. You know what that's called, Rachel? That's called being a people pleaser. I suffer from that same problem, that I am happiest when other people around me are happy. And I used to convince myself that that is who I was and that is what I wanted to do. And then I realized that every time I helped someone else be happy, that every time I played a small part in someone else's happiness, that as long as I was part and parcel of said moment, I felt fantastic. But the minute that I walked away, which was the real telltale sign, yeah, I was miserable. I didn't know what that meant, though, so I didn't know what to do with it. And here's the thing. You know that old saying, like people that can't do teach, or something like that, whatever that saying is. What's that saying? Something about doing and teaching, you know the saying? Those that can't do teach, I think that's the saying. When you are so focused on other people's stuff and what other people are doing, you're really just taking away from your own success. And what I mean by that is this. If you reverse that scenario and worked on yourself first, they would benefit from that. Because then it doesn't feel like a hardship on you. Then you're not beating yourself up saying, you know, oh my God, now it's midnight and I'm so tired. And if I didn't say yes to Bob and Sally and Fred, I would have so much more energy. But now I'm exhausted and the rest of my week is going to suck because I'm still tired. You know what I mean? Like you just go on and on and on and on. You got to stop all that. And I know what that's like because I am that person. Been that way my entire life. But here's the beauty part of it. When you start feeding your own self and you start to be happy within your own self, when you start pleasing you, all that other stuff that you were working so hard on before, like to make those other people happy, to make them feel supported, make them feel loved and all that kind of stuff, you will notice how much more time you have for them and how much happier they are. You know why? Because you're happier. And they feed off that energy. It's a beautiful sort of thing that works like this. Beautiful. All right. Diamond, can you do a general finances reading? I've read that 3 times. Here we go. Sorry, I'm getting tired, friends. So when I get tired, I start to go a little cray-cray. Thank you for the reading. I am a networker for many years. And not really love to putting people together. I do promote others more than myself. Oh, I love that. Listen, I was totally that person too. I was like the matchmaker. Nothing made me happier than to see or to be a part of, you know, that facilitation. Like I think I would have been like an excellent wedding planner in another lifetime. You know, if I had have like put 2 and 2 together, you know, when I was 20. It brings me so much joy. But here's the other thing. I also get a lot of joy from this. And this is very much like that. You know, I'm bringing us together. Not that like I'm the end all be all, but it's my channel, so this is the environment in which we all come together, right? Now think about this. If I sat here and I was like, "Oh, my life sucks and this is horrible," I would be talking to myself, friends. I wouldn't have anyone in my damn chat. I'd be talking to myself, right? You guys know you watch enough channels, right? You listen to enough readers. You go into enough stores. You know who you gravitate towards and who you don't, right? Let's start out with the King of Cups. I don't know if you had a person in your life or a relationship that I don't feel that it necessarily like was bad, but I feel like there's some baggage perhaps from it. And that situation has sort of put you in a position where you are concerned about your future in terms of, you know, financial security kind of vibe. So we start out with the King of Cups. This is the energy that's coming in from the past. Okay? That's a thing that has already happened. Now you've got the Death and Rebirth card. Okay? The end of one thing and the start of another. Awesome sign. Awesome energy. You have the Ten of Pentacles. In terms of money, there is no higher card. This is the solid foundation. This is the happy home card. This is about love. This is about security. This is about resources and finances and abundance, and just creating that solid foundation in which you feel really abundant and prosperous, right? Now, that is in your challenge position. I don't feel like there is a budgetary concern per se. So I have to speak in analogies because it's the only way that I know to explain. I get the feeling, but I don't really get the words with it, if that makes sense. So it's like the thing that you have wanted is going to happen. But when it happens, like, don't, and I'm not saying that you would or that you should, I'm just saying, like, try to be conscientious of the decisions that you're making. So in other words, don't go out and do any retail therapy that you can't really afford to be doing. Do you know what I mean? And the only reason I'm saying that is because that card showed up in the challenge position. So it's like it's coming towards you. It will be provided for you. You will feel it in that moment. But like, don't don't like either not. I don't feel like it's don't recognize it. I feel more like it's like don't squander it away. Right? Does that make sense what I'm saying? The last card that we have is the Page of Swords. And I love this card because, you know, the Page of Swords is very resourceful. They communicate and they speak their truth. And I sort of feel like, in terms of this scenario, and what I was just saying about the money and the challenge of the, you know, like don't do retail therapy. With this Page of Swords and being resourceful, right? So make a budget, make a plan, and don't deviate from it, right? If you want X, then save for X by doing X, Y, and Z. Do you understand what I mean? Be diligent about making the thing happen that you want to happen. Let me know if that makes sense, okay? And on the bottom of the deck, and I love this, we have the Knight of Wands. Don't worry about everything all the time for everyone, no matter what. Have a little bit of fun. Let your flipping hair down, shake it out, and have a little bit of fun. Crank the music, dance around the living room. It's okay. It's okay when everything is shitty and sucks and is horrible and people are sad. It's okay for you to smile. It's all right. Because when we do that, it's an emotional release. Right? This whole reading, this whole night's readings have all been about injecting joy and happiness into our own selves, right? Love and acceptance and appreciation for who we are and what we are, in order for us to be lifted up to the next stage. That's what all of these readings have in common. And they don't have a common thread for no reason. There's a reason why these common threads occur. And tonight's whole common thread has been this infusion of love and joy within ourselves to lift ourselves up to the next level, right? It's like literally you got on at floor 2, you pressed the button, you took your coat off, put a little bit of lipstick on, right? You juiced up your hair, the door's open, and you got out on floor 4. And you're like, okay, I'm here. Like, that's what it feels like. Oh, hi, JR. Many blessings to you, my love. Thank you for popping in. All right. And thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. I know I'm going on. This is what happens when I get tired. I get on my soapbox. All right. So this is the last portion of Christy's question. She had more of a question, and I can only start like one part. So I took this. I love that. I love that. Like, do it. I mean, what the hell, you know? Like, you know, you want to go have that piece of chocolate cake, go have that piece of chocolate cake. You can worry about it tomorrow. All right. What's next? How can I start earning income again to support family? Any hope? Okay, so Christy, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for being so open and sharing, you know, what you're going through at home, looking after your mom. It's not easy looking after someone that is not well, and I know that because I did that as well. Not only in looking after my mom, but that was my occupation, which I don't often talk about. It is more important for you than almost anyone else to make sure that you're being kind and considerate and compassionate to yourself, rejuvenating your body, giving your body what it needs. And I'm not telling you anything that you don't know, but I feel like it's important to mention that to you. Hi, Johnny. How are you, my friend? All right, so let us see what's going on for you. Yeah, love that, Rachel. See, what's interesting about what Rachel just said about living in the moment, I used to live in the moment. I used to be that way until my mother got sick, and then my dad got sick, and then, they both died. And then, this anxiety panic disorder thing kind of crept in and like hijacked my life to the point where literally I was frozen in fear. I would sit on the couch for 4 days at a time. I wouldn't change, I wouldn't wash, wouldn't comb my hair, wouldn't eat because I couldn't. I was so afraid to move for fear that another panic attack would happen. And by the way, I wasn't diagnosed yet, so I didn't know what the hell was happening to me. I just thought I was going to die every time one happened. I became very upset and very angry and like literally immobilized. And it's hard in hindsight, so like 2 years after that, when now I'm diagnosed, it is really, really hard to not be angry at myself for allowing myself to get to that point of being such a chicken that I did that to myself, or angry at other people, right? Because I didn't have the support that I needed or help that I needed or so on and so forth. And all I'm trying to say to you guys, and I know this goes for anybody, right? You've got to always be kind to yourself, number one. No matter what kind of day you're having, no matter what you say, no matter how great you think it is, you could always use more. So make it part of your daily routine that before you go to bed or when you wake up in the morning or whatever, that you look at yourself in your reflection in the mirror and tell yourself how flippin' awesome you are. Give yourself a wink, tell yourself you love yourself, and, you go get them or whatever. Do it. You get that pep in your step, and I personally think that you're unstoppable. We all deserve our Mary Tyler moment, or Mary Tyler Moore moment. For those of you that are old enough to know the show that I'm talking about, when she walks out in the street, right, in the beginning theme of the show, right, she walks out in the street and she throws her hat up, and you can feel it come through the screen. The joy that she is feeling, the possibilities, like she is on cloud nine. The world is in the palm of her hand, right? And that's awesome. Imagine if you could harness that feeling, like bottle it up. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful. I love that, Rachel. You got a lot of really lovely energy here, Christy. Let me start out with the five of the five of fire. Okay, 5 of wands. This is the struggle of your life, right? They're just trying to do it all. Trying to be there for your mom and do what you need to do, but still look after yourself and your family all at the same time. And it just feels like a lot. It feels like you might have a little bit of, I want to say, resentment, not towards your mother, not towards looking after your mom, but this is just about being in a position where you feel like you can't do everything, that you have to like make a choice. You know what I mean? It's like I either do this or I do that. And I feel like you're upset by that, you're angry by that. Like, so you're internalizing that, right? That's the energy that you're coming into this with. Here is the lovely, hi Brad. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune is a lovely card, lovely energy. The Wheel of Fortune I like to explain as this, that if you learn the lessons that are handed out as you navigate your path, you continue forward momentum, you continue to move forward, you continue to grow, right? If we don't learn those lessons from the past, sometimes we have this feeling of spinning our wheels, like nothing's working, nothing's changing, I'm not making any progress. I'm literally like taking 2 steps forward and 4 steps backwards. What the hell? Like that's the vibe, right? You've got this 10 of water, okay? 10 of cups. You are so overwhelmed. So overwhelmed. This situation has taken a toll on you, and it's completely understandable and completely relatable to so many people who are in a similar position of looking after someone that they love. That card is in your challenge position. And so there's a couple of things that come with that. One, that you need to recognize it, and I think that you do because you're here and you ask the question. Number 2, you need the people around you to lift you up and support you and help you when you need it, right? And so I hope that they're doing that. And if they're not, you need to voice that to them and say, listen, I'm not a machine. I'm not a robot. I'm not an octopus. I need some help, right? I'm not saying that they won't help you, but you need to voice that. You need to communicate that with them. And the challenge is not to be overwhelmed, right? And the only way that I know, and this is just my personal thought, the only way that I know to not allow your emotions to sort of overwhelm you is to continue to give yourself what you need. You know what I mean? You need to give yourself what you need, or get what you need from the people around you, so that you can continue to give to your mom, right? The last card that we've got here is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is loving and compassionate, just some intuitive qualities, and it's possible that you are an empath. It is possible that you feel how other people feel. So there's like a sensitivity there, right? The last card on the bottom of the deck here is the Page of Water. Or sorry, the Page of Wands. Page of Wands, pardon me. You have a plan, you have a strategy in mind, which is why you asked this question. You want to do something. And I think that the answer is right in front of you, but you haven't quite allowed all the noise to kind of stop so you can see the answer. I think that your job is in helping people, in helping to heal. So whether you be a caregiver or a healer, whether that be like energetically, like you know, some kind of energy work, or you know, a caregiver that goes into people's homes and looks after other people. There's some kind of element there. But right now, it's not the time to add any more to your plate. Okay. So we kind of go back to that first part, that 10 of cups. Until you feel like you're being supported in a good way by the other people. So if there's 3 people in the house, you take shifts, right? So everyone's getting the right balance, and then yes. But if you're taking it all on yourself and then trying to add this other bit of pressure to you, that's too much. And so, to answer your question, what you need to do is work on yourself, get some support behind you, stay in this vibe of working with people and helping to heal people, caregiving, that kind of thing. That's a good place for you. I feel like you're so giving of yourself, and that is going to help anyone that is ailing, anyone who is sickly, right? Because they're going to pick up on that vibe that you are genuine, that you are authentic, and that you will give 150% of yourself to make them feel better. And that goes such a long way, because so many people, unfortunately, in that caregiving field, they burn out, right? They don't have that kind of energy all the time. So I sort of hope that answers your question. I mean, you totally could be right, Rachel. I feel that she gets a lot from it. But looking after other people and looking after your own people are 2 totally different things. Totally different situations. I hope that helped, Christy. I hope that made sense. So, Brad, you were saying, my friend, you think this is one of the times that I'm going to get you to do me. Never in my wildest imagination did I think I would hear you say that. No, I'm kidding. So, friends, for those of you that don't know, Brad is a personal friend of mine that I actually know in real life. Do you want like a general reading or something, Brad? Is that what you want? Or if you want like a private thing, you can always call me and I'll toss some cards for you, friend. You don't have to do it on here if you don't want to. I hope that made sense, Christy. I hope that resonated with you. If for those of you that are watching and you can see like the light flicking on and off, I don't want anyone to think like what's going on at Kelly's house, it's all spooked out. So in the hallway on the other side of where my computer is here is the hall, and there's a light there that is like motion activated by the cats. And so constantly they're running back and forth in the hallway, turning that stupid light on and off. It's not spiritual, I promise. Uh-oh. Oh, my friend, I'm sorry. All right, you don't say any more. I'll just toss some cards and I'll tell you what I got. Yes, that's Brad. Oh, my friend, I feel your stress. Holy molies. This is about Lucy. You don't have to say anything, Brad. I'm just telling you what I'm getting. Just one sec. Just one sec, okay? Okay. We start off with the Ten of Wands. This is like a major burden. This is a lot of stress, a lot of BS, a lot of baggage, a lot of crap, right? That you're bringing, that you're carrying. You're carrying a load. You've got the Lover's card. That's why I said, is this Lucy? So this is, you know, to becoming one, the harmony, the blending of energies, right? The partnership. Health issues. We've got the Moon card coming out here next. In this case, I want to say that I feel like it's one of two things. Well, actually, first thing that came to my mind is Lucy is a Cancer sign. I'm pretty certain that she's a Cancer sign. And the Moon card is for Cancers. There's like a real heaviness here, and I don't know if this is on her part or on your part, but I feel like we have the potential here to create a situation that is way worse than it actually is. And what I mean by that is not that the situation isn't delicate, but if we stay in that space of, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, it's going to feel like, oh my God, which is not really going to help in a plan of action, right? So then we have the Tower card. So in this deck, it's called the Transformation card. And the Tower card is a crack in your foundation. It is a life-changing moment that usually causes us to freak out. But normally, the change happens, and the aftermath of the change is a good thing, because it sort of gives us an opportunity to sort of move past something, or to wipe the slate clean and start over kind of idea. Now, I didn't understand, or wanted to understand better, I should say, why that card came out. So I asked to clarify, and I pulled 4 cards. And what's interesting to me is what you said. Well, I almost have the same situation as 20 years ago, and I got the 6 of Cups. Okay, so the 6 of Cups is thinking about the past. Don't go there, my friend. Don't go there. Right, so you're thinking about your past. We've got the Strength card, right? Reminding you to stay strong, Be courageous, be bold, be brave, be proactive, not reactive. You've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is, making a plan of action, right? This is, you know exactly what you need to do and you're getting the job done, right? You're very focused on what needs to be done. Don't lose sight. And then we have the Sun, which is, the best card in the whole deck. So what I'm trying to say to you is, whatever this Tower card is about, it is a total challenge. It is in the challenge position. It is going to cause some serious upset. It's going to have you scared. It's going to have you upset. It is going to require you to step outside of your emotions and think logically. And it is asking you to make a plan, put one foot in front of the other, until you can see things getting better. Whatever that means. Lastly, as the outcome card, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? So in other words, you've reached a stage in your life where you can put your feet up and just kind of go, whew, this feels good, It is enjoying your solitude, really. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. This is heartbreak. This is loss. But sometimes, and more often than not, this card also represents an opportunity to start to heal. One more card. So the last card that I have, and only you know what this means, I'm not asking you to out yourself here. We've got answering the call, the time is now. So if you have a plan, if you have an idea, something positive, right? Like if you have a plan of action, a solution to the problem, I feel like this is like a confirmation or an acknowledgement to you to not second guess what you're feeling or what you're thinking. That's what I got. I'm like vibrating on the inside, not in a good way. Not trying to be funny. Just hang in there, my friend. Hang in there. Hang in there. I'm going to give you a jingle, or Mark can give you a jingle, and we'll both give you a jingle, whatever, when I'm off of here. But you hang in there, okay? You know, we love you. Oh, look at that. It's 11:11. See that, my friends? It's 11:11. My mommy is here. She is saying I love you and that I miss you. And how beautiful is that? Whoops, you broke. All right, friends, I'm going to let you go. Brad, Mark and I are going to call you in a minute. So you guys have a great weekend. I will be back on Sunday night at, I can't remember if it's 7 or 8 p.m. that I've got it marked for. I apologize. Please check it. The Sunday Oracle message will be out on Sunday, and the weekly tarot reading will be out Monday morning. So thank you so much for joining. Thanks for hanging out, sharing part of your day with me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your support. And I'm so grateful that we have this awesome community and that we get to enjoy each other. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. And until we see each other again, I wish you many, many blessings. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Oh, hi, Pooja. Sorry, I'm just ending things, love. Come back on Sunday, okay? Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for being so open and so honest and so loving. We have the best chatters. Appreciate you all so much. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye for now.